Welcome to the third supermoon of the year. It is set to occur on Thursday, the 17th of October 2024 at 26 minutes past 9 in the evening here, Australian Eastern Standard Time. It is at this point that we are being invited to engage deeply with the energies of personal empowerment and collective evolution. My name is Tian and I am your local astrologer, psychology student. I am a mama, I am an ego manifestor via human design, and it is my profound passion to help people live their highest possible frequency and follow their growth orientated self to fulfill their blueprint of their natal chart, their human design chart, and their numerology, obviously using the basis of psychology, and live the most full and authentic life. Today we are going to explore the super full moon in Aries with the Cardinal Grand Square. I have put a quote and it says, "What comes, let it come. What stays, let it stay. And what goes, let it go." And this culminates this true energy of the super full moon in Aries. As you can see here, we have a cardinal grand cross or grand square, whereby there is very strong energies being played off with Mars and the moon in mutual aspects, being that the moon rules over Cancer and the Mars also rules over Aries, and they are in each other's signs. And then we have the Sun over in Libra opposing the moon, as with every full moon, and then forging a square aspect to Pluto as well at the anaretic degree for its final time as we are on this earth in the sign of Capricorn. This is the last full moon with Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, and I know I've been banging on about this for quite some time now. I've done 2 videos of it, but it is a very strong, potent energy, and you can see it being played out on the world stage as well, and that will continue to do so. Please feel free to reflect back on my videos if you want to learn more about what's occurring there. Today I'm just going to dive strongly and deeply into the full moon in Aries and help you navigate transformation and healing with ease, considering Chiron is making a conjunction aspect with the moon, and then we also have dwarf planet Eris that is also making a formation here with the moon. Now, this supermoon is particularly potent due to its proximity to Earth, as with all supermoons. The aspects in which it's making further emphasize this energy, and then the final full moon with Pluto in Scorpio is making it a catalytic event, and we will see that ripple across the world stage. However, as with all full moons, it is more about our internalization, whereas new moons and solar energies is more about the solar figures in the world. This is not just a celestial event, it is a significant moment in history that is going to influence our emotional and physical landscapes, both personally and also collectively. So, with a full moon, the astrological significance of a supermoon is that it occurs when the moon is at its closest point to Earth on its ecliptical orbit. And this results in obviously a larger and brighter appearance. And it also has tangible aspects and influences on the tectonic plates due to the gravitational pull on a scientific level, increasing seismic events. And then we also have a stronger impact on gravitational pull, causing extreme tides, as surfers and fishermen and also seamen would know so clearly. So these fluctuations within our innate molecular structures are also highlighting how interconnected we are and how we ourselves respond to the energies around us. Just as the tide shifts, so can our emotional states. So if you're a teacher or you look after children, or you're a parent, you've got young children, because these little beautiful beings are so pure and so influential and so open to everything, they can have strong fluidity in their responses with regards to their emotional states. And so it is up to us as adults and as beings of this world to collectively explore our own personal experiences that are shaping our interactions and emotional reactions, especially with Mars here boiling over in creating steam in the sign of Cancer, which I have discussed in a previous video as well. However, the strong deconstruction of societal structures that have been underway since the financial crises in 2008 and 2009, with Pluto entering the sign of Capricorn, is creating this culminative events, and we may see big fiscal changes on, and I know I've been speaking about this for a while with regards to October and November on the world stage, and there is also a surfacing of feelings of upheaval and dismantling of the outdated systems, and that is therefore echoing that Pluto in Capricorn energy. I'll just quickly explore the Sabian symbol just to help you get a gravitational understanding of the energies at play. So a Sabian symbol, a psychic work with an astrologer, obviously, to formulate these Sabian symbols, and each symbol across the zodiac ties into a specific energy. So the 25th degree is actually an Aries degree within the zodiac, and then also 25 degrees of Aries has its own unique energy as well. So I will do a separate video on the degree theory and how that all interplays within astrology. However, the energy of 25 degrees of Aries is the expectation of goodness, the possibility for man to gain experience at two levels of being. And I wrote this blurb and I wanted to share it so you can screenshot it, remind yourself of it. So our unconscious mind projects our reality. As a psychology student, I'm fully aware of that, and there is a lot of science and also metaphysics that interplays within our lives, and obviously things that were taboo 10 years ago are becoming more scientifically well endowed and supported as well. So I do feel like astrology is going to be one of those things. I do hope it is within my lifetime. I believe in quantum physics, so there is a very strong connection with that, and also for myself and Carl Jung. But, however, we can only ever attract our circumstances in alignment with our underlying beliefs and the expectations that we have and that have been determined by our lived experience. It is therefore essential for us to live a life of faith. Faith in possibility and faith in potential. So it is essentially a time to begin living differently. It is a time to allow our soul to inspire us and our heart to lead us. It is time to live with our head in the clouds and our feet deeply rooted within the earth. It is time to be in the world, but not of the world. So some of that energy has been extracted by the Sabian symbol as addressed by the astrologer and psychic. Her name is Elsie, and the psychic's name is Elsie, which is a beautiful name for those of you that know me. I love that name. So essentially, let's explore these energies in a full round picture. So you've got the Sabian symbol of 25 degrees of Aries. Sorry, I was just reading that. Uranus in retrograde in Taurus. So what is occurring here? So as with every full moon, we have the sun opposing the moon and illuminating the moon and our emotional realms. The moon is in conjunction with dwarf planet Eris, and this is going to stir long buried memories of conflict and strife, inequality and victim consciousness. It is going to help us heal those wounds with Chiron here conjunct the moon also. This energy of Eris conjunct the moon has the potential to surface feelings of hyperdefensiveness and primal survival instincts typical of Aries itself. While these emotions can feel overwhelming, however, they are also reminding us of our resilience and our ability to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and continue, as the show must go on, and especially with that pioneering spirit of Aries. However, I am so grateful to see that we are going to see the end of old structures, and that is with the Pluto energy on the 29th degree, which is the anaretic degree of Capricorn. It is the final weeks as we approach Pluto in Capricorn, and it's going to make an exact opposition on the 4th of November, and it's going to continue out and move into Aries on the 19th of November. So we're going to see a lot of energy shift between now and then. I'm not going to predict any events, however, I have done so in the Pluto in Capricorn video if you like to visit that. That is just based on the astrology, but with the election occurring in America, there is a strong continuation of events and that final grasping of control with the world's hierarchical structures making one last stand. So there is a struggle between the old paradigms and the emerging of this new world order, and the tensions is actually palpable and is reflecting the collective anger and frustration towards the systems that do no longer serve us. So we are going to see a very strong backlash occurring. And adding to this energy of this Plutonic connection, we also have Venus at 29 degrees, also the anaretic degree of Pluto ruled Scorpio. This placement is amplifying the themes of transformation, deep emotional connections, and the need to confront our fears surrounding intimacy and vulnerability. It is at this critical degree that Venus is encouraging us to evaluate our relationships, turn inwards, and acknowledge where we hold on to control and power dynamics within our relationships, and also releasing the past wounds related to love and connection to enable us to pave a new way of being and open up to new possibilities. And now, if we reflect back on the moon itself and the energies that are interplaying here, the moon's conjunction with Chiron is emphasizing this ability to heal our vulnerabilities. It is inviting us to confront our wounds and transform our pain into a source of strength, and acknowledge the deep-seated issues relating to our identity, our self-worth, and our personal empowerment, all of which are the Aries-based themes. And with the moon in Aries, like I said, and Mars in Cancer, there is a mutual reception occurring, and there is a strong influence on each other's energies. And then we also have a cardinal square occurring with these two energies in and of themselves. It is creating a powerful interplay between emotional nurturing, which is Mars in Cancer, and assertive action, which is the moon in Aries. It is an internal tug of war. It is pulling us between the urge to protect ourselves and also assert our own innate individuality. I urge you, especially if you have your moon in Aries like myself, and this is conjunct your moon in Aries, this astrological alignment, I urge you to address and recognize this tension and call inward to harmonize your emotional and assertive sides to find a balance here in Libra. Now, despite all of this palpable energy, there is this powerful force being called by this cardinal grand cross. Now, if you have a grand cross in your chart like I do in the fixed signs, then you know what it's like to live a life with a grand cross, and it is quite an internalized battle, for want of a better description. However, it is actually harnessed. There is a great potential to harness its energy and be able to create and catalyze its energy. So once we understand the dynamics of this interplay on the global stage and on the astrological alignment of this exact transit, we're able to harness it, call it inward, and be able to catalyze and transmute. That's what I'm looking for. Transmute the energy. So with Mars position in Cancer, there is a strong embodiment of emotional assertiveness and hesitation. And this is forming a square to the moon over here in Aries, and also Eris and Chiron. There is a strong inner conflict occurring and brought to the forefront, and I urge you to confront your unresolved emotions here. This tension is trying to manifest as frustration, and it is also a powerful motivator for change. So harness that potential and use it in its highest degree. Then we have Pluto in Capricorn. And like I said, I've spoken at length about this energy. However, just briefly, Pluto's energy at this anaretic degree is signaling a final reckoning with authority, control, and outdated systems. And on this full moon, we are going to see it on the world stage, but it is also within us as well. So it is compelling us to address the power imbalances within our own lives and urging us to dismantle what no longer serves us. There is also this square with the Sun and Juno over here in Libra. And this is highlighting for our need for honest communication and mutual understanding in our relationships, forcing us to reassess our commitments and also address our imbalances again. But that is more no longer on the internal level like Aries, but within our relationships, partnerships, and interpersonal relationships as well. And then with the conjunction of the Sun and Juno, there are themes of partnership and justice. So we're being also encouraged to reflect on how our relationships impact our sense of self. So these opposing forces of Aries and Libra. And then Pluto, making an aspect to this, is pushing for this transformative energy and creating a need to assert ourselves harmonically and create a partnership that aligns with our true innate values. Overall, however, these energies are representing initiation, action, and leadership. Cardinal signs of Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn are essentially a call for proactive engagement. Because where Aries represents its boldness and its new beginnings, urging us to break free from the stagnation, Cancer is embodying that nurturing energy and highlighting our need for protection and taking care of ourselves within our relationships. And where Libra is focusing on balance and partnerships and pushing us to seek harmony within our interactions, Capricorn itself is symbolizing structure and authority and compelling us to confront, again, those outdated systems and embrace responsible action. The polarizing forces of Chiron and Eris in Aries are inherently also encouraging us to confront our unresolved emotions. And then these squares are calling for this balance between the emotional needs and the assertive action that I mentioned before. It is a powerful time. The emotional intensity resonating on a collective level, we are also witnessing a radical shift in collective consciousness as many confront their fears and frustration about current systems. Cultivating compassion for yourself and for others will help ease the weight of these emotions and foster a true sense of understanding in this chaotic environment. It is a powerful time to be on your own journey and reflect how your past has shaped your present reactions. I urge you to examine what emotional imprints from your past lifetimes or current experiences are surfacing at this time, embracing it as an opportunity to assert your identity in needs that are more healthy and breaking free from the old and outdated structures and patterns. But please be mindful. This moon is intense with emotion, and if you're not a natal Aries moon, you have no idea how intense the emotions of a moon in Aries can be, let alone with the mutual reception of its ruler over here in with Mars in Cancer. There is a strong need to harness this energy, and instead of suppressing the feelings, please consider on how to channel them constructively. It is a really good time to engage in physical activities, creative expressions, and also community service as well. It's essential for you to find the healthy outlets for your emotions, as this will help you reclaim your power without perpetuating a negative cycle. Another key aspect of this full moon is that Jupiter is making a beautiful sextile here to the moon, and then trining the sun at 24 degrees of Libra. This is, so in mythology, essentially, Jupiter and Juno were wives, and Juno is right here beside the sun. So there is a strong connection between partnership and commitment. And the connection between these during this full moon is emphasizing the importance of harmonious relationship and the potential for growth through collaboration. There is a beautiful flow of optimism amidst the intensity, and that is the outlet of this cardinal square that is being formed. And this energy is allowing for a broader perspective and helping us navigate the challenges and supporting constructive communication within our relationship, interpersonally, and also internal dialogue. So I urge you to take the steps to become grounded on the earth while managing your emotional undercurrents, as epic as they may be at this time, by connecting with nature. You are going to feel the tensions build within you, and you are going to want to erupt. And I'm not projecting here, I'm just reading the energies as I see them. But especially if you have your personal planets, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, or Venus, all your angles on the late degrees of cardinal signs. Now, normally I just say your Sun, Moon, and angles. However, due to the strong force of these very dominant planets, I am calling in all personal planets within these aspects. I urge you to channel the energy, engage in emotional and physical activities, emotionally express yourself creatively, and like I said, constructively engage in community outlets. It's a great time to practice yoga or meditation to help ground the energy and provide clarity. I'm told someone before that riding a bike, walking your dog with your feet on the earth, getting in the garden, cultivating rich crops for you and your family and your community, and harnessing the energy of regeneration of the springtime down here on the southern hemisphere with the birds and the bees is a cathartic thing to do at this time. However, even more cathartic than that, as with every full moon, is having a fire and surrendering and burning all that no longer serves you, especially with the moon in the fire sign of Aries and Mars, which is the planet of fire, desire, and passion, in forging a square in the sign of Cancer. Again, those mutual receptive signs. You can also use Jupiter's expansive energy that is making a positive aspect here to facilitate honest and constructive conversations. Coupling this positive influence alongside Mercury's current position and the early degrees of Scorpio will help you tap into intuitive insights and wager on your gut feelings, uncover your hidden truths, and address your emotional triggers openly while inherently fostering your own innate emotional intelligence and therefore gain a mutual understanding in your relationships. Now, I did go on quite a bit about emotional intelligence following my assignment that I recently did on it, and also the energies of the solar eclipse. So emotional intelligence, again, is something that we really need to cultivate as a collective, but especially over the next 6 months as we harness the energy of the previous solar eclipse in the sign of Libra in the early degrees conjunct the South Node. Essentially, the universe is signaling that it is a time to move forward. So if you're feeling stuck, this energy in Aries is urging you to take the first steps towards your goals. The next time the sun moves into Aries, you'll definitely see this catalytic energy and this full new birthing of whatever you're deciding to nurture and tend to now. But also remember, when it does come to relationships, the grass is green where you water it. So while you may actively engage with your ambitions and take this moment to foster decisive actions in your pioneering of your new path and your new stage, I do urge you to trust that there is that goodness in your relationship and potential for more goodness in your relationship, for want of a better word, and the practice of patience and perseverance may also be a positive route whilst you're also tending to your wounds, because if you are going to separate from someone who you're currently with, especially if you have children, you are going to repeat the same cycles over and over again. So use this Chiron energy conjunct the moon, which is our emotional energy, and the harmonious seeking sun to harness and to I want to say like jackpot lottery, like to multiply your potential of healing these wounds. I'm sorry about my horrible English there, but like I also said to someone earlier, what it was a quote, and I forget who did the quote, but it's like, again, what comes, let it come. What stays, let it stay. What goes, let it go. This supermoon is illuminating the night sky and is giving you the moment to reflect on the journey that you have undertaken innately. And especially since the lunar eclipse that occurred in 17th of October, I believe it was, 2005. I'll double check that before I get off. But this is about navigating these current challenges and also culminating the challenges that I've undertaken since that lunar eclipse cycle. It's about integrating our past lessons and embracing our innate evolution. It is equipping us to handle the intensity of this full moon, heal our past imprints, and step boldly into a new and transformed future, which is going to happen. But like I said, the powers that be are not going to go lightly. Overall, however, this is a very powerful time to be alive for our self-discovery, our self-healing, and also our collective awareness. The combined energies of Eris and Jupiter, Juno, Chiron, and the Grand Cardinal square occurring with the Moon, the Sun, Mars, and Pluto is a rich integration of emotional intensity and profound transformational potential. So tap into it, embrace the energy, harness this brute power, and let it guide you towards a transformative and empowering self discovery of self actualization. You so innately have the opportunity to manifest your highest potential, and the universe is waiting for you to step into that and waiting for you to tap into this new chapter of your sense of self and your sense of being as we embark for the very first time as a collective, without going backwards, only forwards now into the age of Aquarius. And I'm just going to quickly check that the 17th of October 2005, it was a lunar eclipse. So it is a full cycle being completed since the last lunar eclipse, and it is a great time to be alive and tap in and connect with all of these beautiful energies. Again, I am Tian. Please feel free to revisit my videos in the past that I have undertaken without asking you to go backwards, but only just to understand the energies at play, especially with this Pluto energy and Mars opposition that's going to occur on the 4th of November, because Pluto is now moving forward and it is powerful and potent, and this opposition is going to see destruction occur without going negative, but it's about all of us as a collective tapping into our own innate strength, our own innate evolution, and handle this intensity of all of these energies and heal these past imprints while we transform and step into a new way of being as a whole, as a humanity, with this Aquarius energy in the age of Aquarius and this new earth that is abundantly rising with all the solar flares, the cosmic activity, the comet coming down, coming a lot closer to earth to bring us new insights. There is so much occurring. So I'm going to wrap this up now. So bless you and thank you. And of course, if you want a reading, feel free to message me. I do have a lot on with uni and everything, but I do really want to help individuals live their highest possible frequency and tap into an element of self-discovery and healing. So bless you and thank you, and have a beautiful super full moon in Aries.